The National Theatre is a sad story. I look at it and I weep. I look at it and I weep. I weep because we know what the National Theatre looked like. Was it 93 when it was built or so? We know whatever. People were coming from other places for excursion.
Just to
look at an excursion. Yeah, today this is what's left of it.
And it's like nothing is done.
You know the interesting thing? The theatre does not even have a standby generator. If you're having a show at the National Theatre and power goes off,
you are dead.
The show's over. There's some sort of a standby generator, but it can only feed the stage because of the electrical wiring of the place. And you know the place does not have windows. So what's the point if there's power on the stage, but there's no power in the auditorium for air conditioning? What can you still do? I am using this platform to plead, beg. I'm on my knees. Before we start the amphitheaters and every other thing, let us fix our National Theatre. If the State House Banquet Hall would not be there, if the Accra International Conference Center would not see any facelift, let us at least fix the National Theatre. I am pleading, I am begging. If there's anybody out there who's listening to me this morning, I am begging. If they won't do anything for the creative sector at all, let's fix the National Theatre.
Our Deputy Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture was on the Public Accounts Committee, and then he made some statements with respect to the state of the National Theatre. He believes that the technology that was used to, as it is, build the National Theatre is outmoded a little bit, and then they need help from the Chinese government, but it's because of the frequent changes of ambassadors or envoys to Ghana. It has made it quite impossible to get them to assist in renovating the place and all that. Also, he made some very, very interesting assertions saying that although he believes that the state of the National Theatre is not in the best of forms, but then it's not as bad as being painted out there. You use the facility quite a lot. How do you assess the situation?
Thank you very much, by the way, and greetings to your listeners and the entire team. From the little that I know, contractually, yes, it's supposed to be the Chinese that are supposed to do the maintenance. Contractually, that's what is on paper, as per the agreement that was had. I think it was supposed to be for a number of years. So it is rightly so that the minister would try to engage them. Because, you see, when you're a public officer, you need to explore all channels available to you first before you can offer alternate solutions. I can imagine being the minister or deputy minister at the Public Accounts Committee and then saying that, okay, so we spent A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H on renovating the National Theatre. Then they pull the contract and ask me that, but why are you the one doing it when our contract says it's supposed to be done by the Chinese government? What do I say then? So I think it is appropriate that you start from what's on paper. When you knock on that door for a number of months or weeks or whatever and you don't get results, then you can start looking for alternate solutions, which I believe the ministry and all the leadership at the theatre, the board and everybody have been doing. Because if they hadn't been doing it, the state wouldn't release funds for the purchase of the new air conditioners that they have, which, of course, it is not from private funds and it's not sponsorship. It is state funds that have been used to purchase that. So that alone tells us that beyond the Chinese part of the conversation, the government is actually taking initiative to ensure that what has to be done is done. Is it enough? Definitely not. It's not enough. For those of us that use the space, we can tell you for sure that we are managing the space. And trust me, even the staff who work there, the people that work there, everybody is not happy. Everybody is just managing. If the deputy minister says it's not as bad, yes, I would understand, because naturally, in the space that we're in, especially in a year like this one, when people make statements, some of them could be politically motivated. But for me, I choose not to look at the political aspect of things. I like to look at the actual results, the eventual results that we will get at the end of the day.
This is Hitz.